Good evening and welcome to the news. In the headlines tonight, stakeholders conclude a day-long meeting to discuss the coalition management in the Gambia. Outgoing UK ambassador to the Gambia urges government to take care of the welfare of Gambians. Egyptian superstar Mohamed Salah completes his transfer from Roma to Liverpool in a club record transfer fee. And peace talks between South Sudan's warring factions continue to stall due to lack of funds. These and other stories in this bulletin. I am Jaina Benyang presenting. The Center for Humanitarian Dialogue, with support from the European Union, on Thursday organized an experience-sharing roundtable on coalition management in the Gambia. The coalition was formed prior to the 2016 presidential election to contest against the former president. We have more details from Janki Toure.
The purpose of this day-long boardroom meeting is to facilitate learning opportunities for members of the Gambia Coalition 2016. The review convergence is aimed at exchanging experiences and best practices by political parties on coalition governments in Africa. Ambassador Akin Fayomi is the facilitator of the Center for Humanitarian Dialogue in the Gambia.
The Center for Humanitarian Dialogue the following consultations with key stakeholders in the Gambia between March and April 6th legislative elections, decided that there was need indeed to create an opportunity for political stakeholders to draw lessons from African countries that have experienced similar processes as currently obtained in the Gambia.
The meeting is the first of its kind being organized in the Gambia, as representatives from different organizations gathered to share experiences and pave a way forward for the Gambia's 2016 coalition movement. Officials of the European Union strongly welcome the move.
The current political momentum and the social situation in the Gambia provides the right time and setting to deepen dialogue within the coalition. The EU felt that our most meaningful contribution in this context would be to enable a platform for sharing African best practices.
The overseeing Vice President and the Minister of Women's Affairs, Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang, outlined that the initiative is not only relevant and timely, but also necessary, especially considering the recent political history in the Gambia.
In the build-up of the 1st December 2016 presidential elections in the Gambia, 8 political parties, 1 and first female independent presidential candidate, 2 independent National Assembly members, a representative of civil society, and NGOs, had the conviction that for the Gambia to end a 22-year autocratic rule, they needed to be convinced to move the country by creating a credible coalition.
Madam Jallow Tambajang further emphasized that Coalition 2016 members are more than committed to making a huge success of the hard-fought mandate of Gambians.
We will translate and implement, by implementing effectively the resolution. We are going to continue to be inclusive. We are going to really respect the rule of law, democracy, because what we want to do for the Gambia, for now and forever, is to build a foundation of the rule of law.
Delivering her goodwill message, Her Excellency Vaba Gleflo, the special representative of the ECOWAS president in the Gambia, said it is important for the coalition, irrespective of the differences between its members, to work together for the betterment of the Gambia.
Having won the 1st December 2016 presidential elections with support from the Gambian people, it therefore becomes very important that all efforts must be made to ensure a united front and belief in a shared vision for the administration to achieve the promises made to the Gambian electorate.
This roundtable rouses hope in the drive to forge a united coalition. It also presents an opportunity for coalition members to again renew their commitment to the collective vision of a united, resilient and strong Gambia, and more so, mark the beginnings of greater collaboration between members of the different parties that created a joint union. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Janke Toure.
The ambassador of China to the Gambia and officials of the Africa Risk Capacity on Friday called on the overseer of the Office of the Vice Presidency in Banjul. After a closed-door meeting with Madam Jallo Tambajang, the officials spoke to GRTS. Here is an excerpt.
Our congratulations on the progress and achievements that the new government has made, and also assured Her Excellency China's support in Gambia's efforts to achieve economic and social development. And I also briefed Her Excellency what the embassy is doing.
I came on behalf of our Director General, Mr. Mohamed Beabouki, in order to firstly thank the Gambia for their continuous involvement in the ARC program. They've been very instrumental, and we really appreciate their leadership throughout the continent in the engagement process with the African Risk Capacity. We really wanted to take the opportunity to meet the new government in order to reiterate our appreciation, but also give them some feedback on how the ARC program is going in the Gambia.
The outgoing UK ambassador to the Gambia, Colin Crockin, says he is confident that the excellent relations between Banjul and London will continue to grow from strength to strength. In an exclusive interview with GRTS, Ambassador Crockin, who has been in the country since 2014, advised the new government to continue to promote the welfare of all Gambians.
Advice to President Barrow, if you have an audience with him in your last days here.
My advice would be to him to be a little bit more forward in what they've achieved. After his first 100 days, he's done a number of really positive things. ICC, Commonwealth, release of political prisoners, commitment to human rights and international standards, removal of the senior people at NIA. That's just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. There were other things as well. That is all positive stuff. The change in the attitude for the press. The press can now be more challenging and critical. All these are positive developments, and that happened in a period when we had National Assembly elections as well, so it makes it all the more positive. I would like to see a bit more communication coming from the government, explaining what they're doing and why, and telling the people a little bit more about the achievements they've had. But other than that, I think they need to sort of continue on the same path, be clear about what their priorities are, set some milestones, and keep the public informed when those milestones are reached, and then set out what the next one will be, so that individuals or the Gambian people can see incremental improvements, tangible changes that affect and improve their daily lives.
The outgoing British ambassador to the Gambia, Ambassador Crockin. Well, the full interview with Ambassador Crockin will be broadcast after this news bulletin. The Gambia Food and Nutrition Association, GAFNA, and partners such as Gambia Commission for Refugees recently observed World Refugee Day. The event was presided over by the Minister of Interior, Mai Ahmad Fati. Modu Bajan has more on that.
With the theme, We Stand Together with Refugees, Kanifing Municipality Mayor Yankuba Koli and Gambia Food and Nutrition Association Executive Secretary Yusufa Gomez highlighted the significance of World Refugee Day.
The commemoration of the World Refugee Day demonstrates the strong bond of partnership and support that exists between UNHCR and other development partners in the drive into making the refugees here feel at home since their arrival in the Gambia. This is why an event like this taking place today, known as World Refugee Day, with its befitting 2017 theme of "We Stand Together with Refugees," is very significant and worth commemorating.
The Commissioner, Gambia Commission for Refugees, Hule Jallow, equally stated the need to be supportive to refugees, especially given the Gambia's commitment to international conventions towards that cause.
Welcoming refugees is a core part of who we are as a nation, which reflects our national values. However, the Gambia is a party to the 1951 Refugee Convention, the 1967 Protocol, and as well as acceded to the 1969 OAU Refugee Convention. Over the years, the Gambia accepted refugees from around the sub-region and beyond.
Speaking on behalf of the refugees, Siaka Bojang appealed for better education opportunities while thanking government for taking them on board. Officials, including the Minister of the Interior, reminded refugees to be law-abiding and contribute to the building of society. Mai Ahmad Fati also assured of government's strong support in bettering the lives of refugees who have been driven away from their homes.
You have integrated fully in your adopted country, but we understand that is not enough. Many of you have great dreams. Some children were born in this country, going to school in this country. We know it is not easy. But I want to tell you there is hope. We must do everything to transform your life. You must have certainty. You must have security. We must open the path of citizenship first to many of you, so that you can have a true sense of belonging, a place you can call home, so that you can be a part of the greater dream of the Gambia.
Heading the United Nations High Commission for Refugee team in the Gambia, migrant expert Sehu K. Saho hailed the Gambia's efforts in reaching out to refugee needs.
We honor the resilience and the courage of more than 65 million people who have been forced to flee war, persecution, and violence. But it's also a moment to recognize those communities like the Gambia who receive refugees and the internally displaced in their midst, offering them a safe haven.
You should feel very privileged to be here in the Gambia, where the host families embrace you, welcome you, where you're able to integrate into the environment here in the Gambia.
Commemorated the world over, these people are part of over 65 million refugees. Officials are seeking to rehabilitate and reintegrate through symbolic events like World Refugee Day. Modu Bajan, JRTS.
A 4-day seminar on appropriation and assessment of the report on the situation of family farming in West Africa is underway at the National Agricultural Research Institute in Brikama, Nari. Ibrahim Jallow reports on the significance of the meeting.
The forum brought together participants from various farmers' platforms, including crop and livestock farmers associations, discussing issues affecting the progress of family farming concept and chart a way forward.
The workshop will promote the ownership of the report and it used by different members of NACOFAC, and will also provide a framework for the production of future reports. Farming includes all farm-based agricultural activities in the means of organizing agricultural, forest, fisheries, pastoralist and aquaculture production, which is managed and operated by families and predominantly reliant on the family level, including women, men and youth.
The convergence funded by Agricultural Production Support Initiative in Africa, ROPA, was primarily meant to assess the report on the situation of family farming in West Africa. Dr. Yusuf Trawale is ROPA's representative to the Gambia.
This work we are going to do about the observatory is information generation by farmers for farmers. We have many sources of generation of statistics, of information on agriculture sector. But we all agree not only here in the Gambia, but at the continental level, that one of the biggest problems of Africa is statistics. Europa has decided to target the family farm and to know much more about the family farms by family farmers for themselves.
Sharif Sanyang, Director of Urban Agriculture, said farmers' associations have an important role in maximizing food production. Ibrahim Ojalo, President of National Livestock Owners Association, was one of the participants.
At the end of the program, definitely farmers will gain a lot because it's all about bringing them together and then try to know what they can do at the end of the day with their farmers. And then here today, when you look at here, you find out there are a lot of farmers leaders across the country. And at the end of the workshop, definitely we have to go back to our farmer group and then tell them what we learned from this workshop.
The 4-day event is expected to look at the challenges and achievements of the sector with a view to increasing the local food production and processing for sustainable livelihood. Ibrahim Jallo, GRTS News.
The Nigerian contingent under the auspices of the ECOWAS mission in the Gambia on Friday donated relief materials to patients at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. The initiative is meant to put smiles on the faces of the needy, especially during this holy month of Ramadan. Kumbaba has details.
These food items to patients by the Nigerian contingent is a clear manifestation of their commitment in providing humanitarian support to the needy.
It is in the spirit of kindness and goodwill, and in line with our modus operandi,